Mayweather, again, a fight we've been waiting for over 10 years. There's a lot of questions about Mosley. About, first of all, is he old? Is he too old for,
That's a good question.
Also, he hasn't fought for over a year.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't fought since Antonio Margarito in January.
Yeah.
And it's been
Yeah,
over a year.
and while he did look sensational, I think what we need to remember also is how sensational Oscar De La Hoya looked against another stationary fighter in Ricardo Mayorga. He looked great, but then when he went up against Mayweather in his very next fight, not so great. I mean, because the styles make fights, and Mosley beating Margarito isn't necessarily a good measuring stick to how well he's going to do against an elusive, fast, young Mayweather.
Yeah, you know what though? One of the things you have to look at Mayweather is, I mean, has he really fought somebody his size or maybe even slightly bigger? I mean, who still has it? Who still got some of that edge, some of that speed? You can say maybe Carlos Valdemir, really, but
he was a big guy, but limited skills.
Yeah, I agree on that one. But of course, what about the trainers in this case? For Sugar Shane Mosley, he got the new trainer for his last fight against Antonio Margarito. It looked like it made a difference.
I think Nazim Richardson is going to be a key element of that fight. I think he can put together a good game plan. And when you listen to Sugar Shane talk lately, he's just more laser focused than I think he's ever been in his career. He really feels he's the best fighter in the world, and he's going to go out there and try to prove it.
Yeah, he got the new trainer when he fought Antonio Margarito, and really you saw a huge difference in his style and in the way he kind of went out, had that killer instinct, kind of like in his lightweight days.
He was all focused, all business against Margarito, and I think he's maintained that focus.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see. What about Mayweather? I mean, the thing about Mayweather though, he hasn't. He's risking really a lot of his reputation in millions of dollars if he takes this fight.
You got all hats off to him. I think this is not an easy fight. Some are saying, as a matter of fact, Mosley himself said Mayweather was pressured into it because of what Pacquiao did with Clottey, and because Mosley was available and he was kind of backed into a corner to take the fight. But that's all speculation. Fact is he's taking it, and you have to give him credit for that. And his skills are the best in the world, in my opinion.
Really, I mean, what does this fight mean in terms of greatest of this era? Really, I mean, you have two great American welterweights going at it. If this, should this fight take place?
What this reminds me of is when Willie Mays won the MVP award early in his career,
right?
And then he won the MVP award again later in his career. Just that span of being great, early, and then 10 years later, he's still a great player and wins the MVP. I think that's what Sugar Shane Mosley can accomplish by winning this fight.
Yeah, Sugar Shane Mosley, remember, when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, everybody was calling him the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, hands down. Some even saying he was very similar to another Sugar Ray Robinson.
That's what people were saying earlier in his career, and he legitimately so that he was a great fighter, and he has a chance to prove it again.
Yeah. Thing is, I guess something that kind of derailed him was, I mean, some people are saying he fought some of the bigger guys. He's always had a lot of trouble fighting those big guys like Vernon Forrest, Winky Wright, and those big, tall hitters.
But I don't think he's going to have that problem with Mayweather.
Yeah.
He may be slightly bigger than Mayweather. So I think it's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be a great scrap. This fight is really, like you said, is almost like a Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns all over again.
Who are you picking in the fight?
Floyd Mayweather in this fight. Reason being, Floyd Mayweather, the guy is too fast. His skills have not diminished whatsoever from his layoff. I think that the speed of Floyd Mayweather, he just doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. I mean, his defensive skills, they're gonna ultimately be the difference.
Yeah, I could totally see why somebody would say Mayweather's going to win. I think he's going to be the odds-on favorite in the fight. But I think there's a lot of intangibles. I think Sugar Shane Mosley's trainer, I think his laser focus, and I think just his overall will to win. And I think he still has the skills and his strength. I think I'm going with Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley, are you thinking he's gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather?
It'll be hard to do because it's hard to land one punch, let alone two, against a defensive wizard like Floyd Mayweather. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked. I would be surprised, but I think he can do it.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it too. That it might go 12 rounds, and nobody knows winning points than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he's the master of it, and but Shane Mosley always goes for the knockout.
Yeah, ultimately he did, just like in the Mayorga fight with 2 seconds left. I mean, a few seconds left, he ultimately knocked him out.
That was a great performance. So I think that wraps it up for the LiverPuncher.com boxing show. We're your hosts, Manny and Sal. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of the mega fights happening in 2000.